We have everybody in. Anybody here? Can you all hear me? If I can get some
Loud
permission.
and clear.
Yes.
Perfect,
Yeah, I
perfect,
can hear
perfect.
you.
Awesome.
Yes, I can hear you.
Great, great. So I think we should get started. Again, I welcome you all to tonight's orientation session. My name is Harris. I'm the manager academics here at Quickstart. I've been working for Quickstart for the past 5 years as in the academics team, and me and my team. You can see a slide here. Uh, these are our academic advisors, and they'll be working closely with you. Uh, our job is to make sure that you guys know everything, you're well prepared uh, to start this boot camp. And once you start it, we'll be your main point of contact from here until you guys graduate. So if you need any kind of help, you know, logistically, administratively, if there's any forms that need to be signed, if somebody needs a transcript, or if you guys want to share feedback regarding your live sessions with your instructor, we'll be your main point of contact. You can see here in this slide at the bottom, you might receive some emails from this email, which is academic.advisor@quickstart.com, or you can call us at our 800 number, which is 855-800-8240. The support team is available from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So feel free to call us or email us if you guys need anything at all. We're here to help you, support you. Me personally, I've dealt with hundreds and thousands of students, uh, and I've been in the education sector for the past 9 years. So I'm pretty happy to have you all here, and you know, uh, this is just the first session, and we'll give you some really good tips. Some of you here might not have a background in IT, so not to worry. You've all starting from the same place, and it's a great place to start, So as we go through the slides, we'll talk about how you should go about your boot camp. And at any point of time, if anybody has any questions, you all feel free to interrupt me uh, and go ahead and ask. So now, moving on, anybody here who hasn't received any, I think some of you might have received the orientation, the Slack invitation email. Some of you might not have. Uh, you can always let us know if you haven't received it. We usually send out these invitations right after the orientation. In some cases, people do get earlier access, but you should all have access to the orientation channel. You'll find your specific designated orientation channel, and as you can see here, we have an example. So you'll see the year, hashtag year, the month you're starting. So it should be July 06, and then the date when you have the session. So that's how you that would be the name of the orientation channel, and feel free to post your introductions there. Tell us something about yourself, a brief intro, why you joined, what are your hobbies. Just break the ice, make sure that you all work together as a team. That's the purpose of these Slack channels. So if you haven't done so, and if you have access to the orientation channel, so we'll give you guys like good couple of minutes to do that if you want to do it right now.
So real quick, Harris. So I'm
Mhm.
looking at
slide, it says orientation channel is 25-02-25. Should we actually be in 626 one?
Yes, this is just to give you an example.
Okay.
So you should be looking for the one. If you haven't, I mean, it's created already, and you should find yourself in it. If you haven't, or if you don't see yourself in such a channel, then we'll send you the invite right after the orientation in the coming week for sure, before the first class. And then that's just the orientation channel. You'll find everybody who's in this orientation right now present in that channel. And then some of you here are for the back end program. Some of you here are for the front end program. So, you'll also find yourselves in your designated courses and those specific channels. Anybody here has access to the Slack already?
Yes.
All right, perfect.
I haven't had access yet. I got the email, but when I click on it, it just tells me it'll send me instructions on my email, but I don't ever get the instructions.
Oh, so it doesn't give you any hyperlink to the Slack or how
No,
you can
it
join
goes
it?
to the Slack, and then when I hit enter your email, enter my email, and it just says we send an email to my email, but I haven't received that
Okay.
email that it sent.
Oh, so try checking. Sometimes these might end up in junk or spam. So whenever you see such a message, you can always check your junk or spam, or if you haven't received it, we'll go ahead and resend it to you. Uh, and I would also advise you, since you'd be using computers a lot, you can actually download the Slack um application onto your computers. That's what I've done too. I
I
don't
haven't
use
received it yet.
you have
No, the Slack email. Yeah, and the invite.
all all right, Mr. Kelly. So, most of the students they receive their invites right after the orientation. So not to worry, you all should be getting onboarded onto the Slack in this after the orientation or in the coming week. Okay. And not only the orientation channel, but your specific program channels as well. So what I was saying that download the Slack application. That's going to be far more convenient, and you can actually have a Slack on your phone too, because sometimes we don't have access to our computers, and we always have access to our cell phones. So you can also download the Slack application in your phones. All right, so make sure that we'll make sure that you'll all have access to these Slack channels because that's where we post, announcements. You'll see your instructors, your mentor making those announcements in those channels that when is your next live session or when are we having the next office hours, or if there's any announcement we want to make. We also have a general channel. That's where we'll put the information. So not to worry if you guys haven't used Slack. It's pretty easy to use. And the whole purpose is that it connects everyone outside of the class too, with each other as well as with the subject matter experts. All right, we have two of our most outstanding mentors who will be working with you throughout your journey. These individuals are extremely knowledgeable, and I think we have Mike tonight present in this orientation. You see, and Jamal too, both of them awesome. So let's start with Mike, and then we can have Jamal, both of them introduce themselves.
Howdy, y'all. As I says, I'm a back-end mentor. I've been doing this for over 2 years. I started out with Promeneo Tech, and when Quickstart took over from there, I moved on to work with Quickstart. I look forward to helping you out. And I live in Nebraska.
Corn Huskers.
Go Huskers.
All right.
Awesome. Yeah, go ahead, Jamal.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Jamal Taylor. I'm a front-end mentor. I currently work in the industry at a financial firm. I did 4 years in the Navy. I graduated with a computer science degree. I did a little spurt with nursing for a little bit. That didn't work out, so I went to a boot camp, and the boot camp helped jettison my career to become a front-end developer. So my advantage or my value to you is that I was in the boot camp similar to you, so I know exactly what you're going through. I know the challenges and the hurdles. Well, whenever you're struggling or challenging or need someone to talk to, just throw something on my calendar and we can work through that.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Jamal and Mike. Both of these guys are extremely helpful, and they're always looking to help not only their student but everybody. There's a lot of things happening behind the scenes, so we constantly discuss individual student reports and how uh, best we can help them out. So they're always concerned, and you all are in really good hands. So make sure that you book your one-on-one session, and I'll show you in a moment how you can do that outside of the class, 1 hour class that you'll have with your instructor, how you can book sessions with Jamal and Mike. And trust me, these one-on-one sessions, they're extremely helpful, and especially to those students who are completely new to this field. So, and even, these are some, these are the two best examples you might see that they've gone through the boot camp route, and they're now working in this field. So, take these two gentlemen as an example, and ask them questions. They also hold office hours every week, and everybody's welcome to join those office hours. So you'll find those office hours announcements in your respective Slack channels as well as the general chat. Anybody has any questions so far? Awesome. So let's just move on. All right. So this is how the boot camp is structured. You have your one session a week with your main instructor, um, and it'll be for 90 minutes, 1.5 hour, where you'll get like 10 to 15 minutes of break. Make sure to attend these live sessions because these are extremely important. You wanna, make sure that you study on your own as well, but at the same time, you want to seek help of an industry expert. And the way we, run this boot camp, it's it's mostly driven by the students. The questions that you come up with in those live sessions that really drives these sessions. So it's very focused, you know. And since you all are like the front end students would be going through the same curriculum, same goes for back end. So you all are studying the same thing. All you need to do is make sure if you have any questions, you write them down, and there's several ways of getting your questions answered. One of the best ways is to attend these live sessions and ask the instructor. They can also share some live projects with you, so you get a good taste of what's gonna come your way once you start working. On top of that, you'll also have office hours. Now, some of you might are enrolled in the front end and you might be curious what happens in the back end. So you're always welcome to join those office hours. Um, Same goes for back end if they want to learn front end. You all can join the front end office hours. But the main purpose of these sessions is to help you get your questions answered. And you can come and pop in to those sessions and have a casual chat as well. But just make sure, you keep it, you keep the class decorum and you respect everybody in the class, the instructor, everybody's time is precious, and you're more than welcome to join these sessions. One-on-one sessions you can book. I'll show you in a moment how you can do that. These are 30 minutes per session. You're allowed to book one session per week. Uh, in some cases, we do make exceptions, but one session a week is the way we want to move forward. And the best way to utilize these 30 minutes would be to again, um, you know, if you get stuck anywhere conceptually and you're not able to understand it, you want to write that down before the session. Yeah, you might contact for back end, you'll contact Mike. For front end, you'll contact Jamal. You send them your questions before the session so they're prepared, because 30 minutes not a lot of time. So make sure you're well prepared before you book the session, and most importantly, once you book a session, make sure you attend it. We know life happens. Sometimes you have engagements. Something comes up. You might not be able to attend the session. So in that case, just send us an email before the session is, so that if there's anybody else who'd want to take that slot, they have the opportunity. But we ask you to send us an email 24 hours at least before canceling it. And if you have 3 no-shows, then we'll block your account and you won't be able to attend book any more one-on-ones. If you book a session and don't show up, you do it thrice, that's when you get a strike. You also have an AI chatbot assistant inbuilt into your learning management system, which I'll show you in a moment. This is a really good way to do a lot of research. Now, a lot of the courses that you'll study, you'll have to do those on your own. And this course would ask you to do a lot of research. Now, we've been using Google for a while, but now there's just too many ads, when you go on to the Google search engine. So that's why these AI search engines are getting popular, because you get real-time information. But I would want you to recheck the information. For instance, if you're using Chat GPT, make sure you verify that information. Yeah, that's always good to do that. So it's just a convenience for everybody here that we have our own AI chatbot. It's basically Chat GPT within your browser, learning management system. All right. So yeah, you'll have projects within your boot camp, and each project is like a milestone. Uh, and that's basically each project would determine how much of progress you've made, and you have to complete all of your projects in order to successfully graduate from the boot camp. And also, projects for software developers like you all, uh, they're extremely important, because these days a lot of prospect employers would want to see the kind of work you've done. Even if you haven't done it professionally, if you've studied at a school or college or a boot camp, they'd want to see how if you built a website before, and all of this you can showcase through these projects. You know, you can create yourself a GitHub account, post all your projects there, and it'll build a nice portfolio for you. And these days, I've seen some resumes where people, you know, they have their LinkedIn link and in those resumes as well as the GitHub links. So it's a really nice way to showcase the work you've done, and it'll increase the chances for you to get the job. Um, Now, the mentors would be grading your projects, Mike and Jamal. So make sure that you work with them. Like I said, they're extremely helpful. So you know, connect with them. Sometimes what we've seen is that students they get scared and intimidated because projects are actually the first time you're required to submit anything. You know, the whatever you've learned. So don't be scared. Some people just don't submit the projects thinking that it's not good enough. But that's where you have to get in touch with your instructors because they'll give you some really important tips on how to uh, make your project much better. And like I said, projects are, uh, you know, they're mandatory for everyone here to complete in order to graduate and get your respective bootcamp certificates, completion certificates. Anybody has any questions so far? Perfect. So a few tips we'd want to share with you. Um, and this is something you'd be wondering, like, how do you successfully complete this boot camp? So, like I said, we've worked with so many students in the past I've worked with them in the past 8 to 9 years. And one of the most important things is that you have to spend at least 20, 25 hours a week. Uh, and you just got to do it for the next 18 to 20 weeks, whatever the duration of your boot camp is. And I know it's not going to be easy because you might have full-time jobs or family. So just do it for the next 18 weeks. Discipline yourself, take the time out because you all have paid good money for this boot camp. So you want to make sure that you get the most out of it. So the best way to succeed is if you spend 20, 25 hours studying, trust me, I can guarantee that you'll graduate from the boot camp. Go through the course videos, the materials, and then you'll see yourself watching video links from other websites to further understand a certain topic. And then, like I said, you also have access to our mentors uh, and the subject matter experts to make sure that they instill all these concepts into to all these concepts so you're job ready at the end of the boot camp. You also want to make sure that you maintain 70% of the attendance. And so let's say you have 18 sessions a week, so make sure that you attend at least 12 or more. So that way your attendance would remain 70%. You also should know that we record all these sessions. So in case you're not able to make it, you can always watch those recorded sessions and you'll see that you'll find them in your dashboard. And when I say dashboard, I mean your learning management system. So throughout the boot camp, you'll find yourself filling out these feedback surveys. And this is a very good way for us to know how the course content is. You'll find questions about the course content, the live sessions. So make sure that you all submit those surveys. and you'll find them in your learning management system. And yeah, um, you can always, and these surveys can also be anonymous. So if you don't want to mention your name, that's fine. Complete all of your projects on time. Like I said, from the day you get access to the courses, you want to start looking at the projects from day one, see what's required. So, you're kind of working towards that. So you'll have access to all of the courses from day one. If you guys don't have, let us know and we'll provide you with that access. And again, the best way to attend these live sessions or any session with the expert or the mentors or your instructor would be to prepare ahead and write down those questions and ask them. Sometimes we have a question when the lecture is going on. That's when you ask them right there and then. But then sometimes you're watching a video and you'll be like, okay, this is something that wasn't covered in the last session. So that's where you want to write those down. And trust me, that they really help you out. Again, don't be afraid to ask guidance. You can always reach out to us. And we'll make sure that you get the assistance you need. And you'll be prepared, not a little research, but a lot of research, and that's important because once you start working in this field, there's just, too much information coming in. Um, and that's when you'll have to stay on top of that information uh, and by doing research, and then you'll be surrounded by those people. So, the information coming to you would be easier. So, yeah. And then certificate of completion will be provided upon meeting all the above criteria. So any questions on this? Anybody here? All right, no problem. I know some of you might have questions once the orientation ends, and that's where, you can always send us an email, or you can call us, or you can post your question onto the Slack channel. Now I want to do a walkthrough, and I would need a volunteer here. Anybody here who has access to their learning management system, the dashboard, they can share their screen and I can walk everybody through the dashboard. So anybody here would like to share their screen?
Sure.
All right, thanks a lot, Junior. And also make sure once you log into the live sessions with your instructor, you would want to look at your hang on, let me stop sharing. Yeah, go ahead, Junior. So you would want to make sure that your signed in name is the same name as your registered. It'll make it easier for us to, track down your attendance. All right, thanks a lot. So this here is, so, can you click on welcome? Junior, yes, thank you. So the first time you log in, this is the first screen you see. This is our home page, and then on the left-hand side, that's your main menu. And the best browser to use this LMS on is Google Chrome and Firefox. Now click on to the bootcamp tile. Yes, perfect. So this takes us to the bootcamp dashboard. This here, on top you have four widgets. The first one is the core timeline. This shows you when you're starting and when you're supposed to finish. So You're starting on the 26th, which is tonight. This is week 0, not week 1, week 0. Your week 1 would be next Thursday, okay? Whenever your class is. And then completion is when you're supposed to finish this boot camp. That's 30th of October. Course completion progress. This will show you how much of the boot camp you've completed in percentage. You have to have 70% completion in order to graduate. Okay, at least 70%. Even if it's 69, you won't be a graduate. So you want to make sure you push yourself and at least hit 70%. Ideally, you'd want to do 100%, but 70 is the threshold. Then current course tile, that's just a short key to whatever course you're on. And then upcoming live event, this is important. This is where you'll see your next live session. Okay, so it's right now showing you the 26th, which is the orientation date, and you just click on it and take you to the Zoom classroom. If you want to see in detail when your next sessions are, so you see that tiny calendar icon right above upcoming live event. Yep, this is a calendar view and it'll show you all your future sessions. If you can click on it, yeah, so you see it's showing you every Thursday. Next Thursday, you'll be learning Java programming, and it'll also show you the topic that you'll be studying that week. And it'll show you for the rest of for all the 18 weeks. You can also import this to your phones, and you'll get reminders on your phone when your next session is. Okay. Yeah, that's how you do it. You click on the import into calendar and it'll sync with your calendars. If you're using Outlook or whatever calendar you're using, it'll sync with that. Now we go back to the list view and yeah, it's right next to the calendar, the list view. Yeah. All right. So then you have keep on track with the bootcamp timeline assistant. This is just your tracker. It's going to show you how you're doing. You want to make sure that you stay golden, you know, where the perfect is. And yeah, keep this timeline. Make sure you have your priorities set and, you know, proceed with the bootcamp. So now if you scroll down a bit, you see week 0 orientation, week backend, and in front of each course you can see there's a start date and there's a due date. Okay, so what you all would be doing would be week 0 orientation week backend for the backend students, and week orientation week front end would be for the front end students. You would want to do that first, and I see Junior has already completed it. So, you have 3 different statuses. If you scroll down a bit further down, so here you see week 0 orientation week backend. It shows that he's completed and it's all colored green now. Now we have 3 statuses. We have not started for the course you haven't started. Once you start the course, it changes to in progress. And then once you complete it, it changes to completed. Can you go to the completed course? I want to see one thing real quick. All right, so you see at the end of each course, there'll be a survey that you need to fill out. Also, you'll get an individual certificate for that course, which you can download and you can share it on your socials if you'd want to. So this is the week. So this certificate would say orientation week. But then if you go back to your courses, you'll see uh, the certificates for each course that you're studying. Now let's go to the in progress course, which was Java programming, CLI, and variables. So here, now once you click on that course, it'll take you to the video player. This is where you'll find your video lessons. It's easy to navigate. At the bottom, you'll see previous and next buttons, which will take you to the next slides. There's a play button inside the uh, video player, and there's description of that slide underneath. Uh, Now you know, a couple of things we discussed earlier. How do you want to book sessions with Mike? So you see up on top right hand side, right next to outline, there's coaching. Yes, you're doing a great job, Junior. Perfect. So yes, you click on coaching and it'll show you Mike's profile. And you can also see there's a link to his LinkedIn, connect on his LinkedIn, connect to his LinkedIn, and then you can also book, if you click on that calendar, it'll show you how many sessions you have. So you have 0 coaching sessions available, but we'll assign 10. Uh, like I said, you all are allowed 1 session a week, so you'll get 18 to 20 sessions. So not to worry. Once you see your sessions, once you click on that calendar, you'll see the designated sessions that we've given you, and then you'll also see Mike's calendar when he's available, and then you can book yourself a session accordingly. Now, the virtual mentor. That's anybody has any questions? Y'all following?
Get work ahead.
Oh, yes, you can. Yes, sir. And this is a great question. A lot of students, you know, so for every course you might have studied in the past, you see the first couple of weeks, you'll see the easy stuff, something you might have already done. So we encourage you to work ahead, okay? But, you know, in the live sessions, just make sure that there's everybody in the class and they might not be where you're at. So let them go first, and then, you know, you can ask questions if they don't have any questions. But yes, we encourage you to work ahead. And if you want to finish it earlier, then yeah, that'll be even better. Like if you're taking this boot camp as a full-time student. So yes, you can work ahead and finish before time. Virtual mentor, that's the AI assistant. So if you click on it, there'll be a pop-up. This is where you'll find, okay, let it load. Usually it doesn't take that long. We'll see if it's working. And we have Arnold here. Arnold is basically our your main go-to guy. So if you need any support, any issues like these happening to you, like the screen's not loading, just take a screenshot. And Arnold you can send us to support@quickstart.com and also copy Arnold. You can also drop in his email in the chat. It's important you do that so that we're aware that you're facing an issue and we can take care of it. But that's, you know, if you click on virtual mentor, that's where it should show you the AI chatbot. All right, now you scroll down, I want to see the projects. Projects are usually in green. So, okay. Mm, You'll also find quizzes inside your courses. They'll test your knowledge, but yeah, keep scrolling down. Let's see. on.
Week 4 is a project.
Week 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's built into the week 4 part.
Okay, so week 4 is going to be your first project. So they used to have these colored in green, but yeah, for this course I see. So, you'll have projects throughout your boot camp. So week 4 is, your first project, and that's what I was referring to. You can always go in and see what the project requires you to do. So you can work around that. Now, like I said before, you'll also have live sessions, recorded these sessions. How do you access them? If you want to review anything that was discussed in the class. So you see on the left-hand side where it says file share. That's where, if there's any documents we'd like to share with you, we'll put all of this here in the file share tab. And also the mentors would post, the instructors would also post links to the recorded session in the Slack channels. So that's how you can also watch those recordings. Career services, if you click on that, so this takes you to Prentice. This is where you'll have to sign up, create an account, and that's how you'd be working with our career services team. And throughout the course, you'll have different courses related to career services. So that's what you also want to do while studying. Building your profile, make sure that your presence, that you have a profile on LinkedIn, a good resume, all of that stuff. So yeah, after the orientation, create yourselves an account on Prentice. Now we can go back to the dashboard. We're almost done here. So now if you want to get in touch with us, you see that support button on the left hand side, and also at the bottom it says help. These are the two buttons where you can click, and you see that's our toll free number. You can call us on our 800 number, sorry, and this is where you can call us. And we also use the same number to call you guys back. So I know some of you don't answer these 800 numbers, but if I would want you to save this one at least, because there are times when we really want to get in touch with the student to help them out, and it's just that we get no response at all. So if you all can save this number, it'll be more convenient for everybody. And also additionally, you can write us a ticket. You just need to provide some basic details, your name, your email, what the issue is in the subject, and then your class date, and you can give us a description. Also, if you scroll down, you can also attach a screenshot. Uh, yeah, take screenshot, or if there's any file you want to upload. So what it'll do is it'll automatically create a ticket under your name, and our support team, they'll get back to you within 24 hours. Any questions, anybody, regarding the dashboard or any confusions? All right. So thanks a lot, Junior, for sharing your screen. I really appreciate it. And let me share my screen. So what's going to happen now is we'll create some breakout rooms, and in each breakout, so you'll find a front-end breakout room. So all the front-end students can join that breakout room, and Jamal would then explain in detail the course outline, or if you guys have any questions before getting started, Jamal would be there. For backend, we'll have Mike, and you'll see a backend breakout room as well. And if you guys are using Zoom for the first time, you'll see these breakout rooms on the ribbon. So where you see audio, video, participants, chat, you'll also see at the top, the right, extreme right side, the last one, you'll see 3 dots, and that's where you'll find the breakout rooms. I'm just gonna quickly create those rooms for
Actually,
everybody.
Harris, we decided last time that
Uh-huh.
I would go and make my own room using my normal room, so it wouldn't be a breakout room; it'd just be a separate Zoom meeting, and I'd post a link. And then Jamal, that was just gonna have the front end stay here, right?
Oh, that's
Yeah, that
even better.
makes it easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way, if somebody accidentally closes the meeting, we don't lose everything. But well, Jamal would.
Yeah.
That way
Okay,
we can separate. It's easier to separate the recordings that way.
awesome, awesome. I understand. So what's gonna happen now is Mike's gonna give share with us a Zoom link for the backend students that you all can join. Front end students can just stay in this meeting. Okay.
Gotta figure out what I gotta figure out what my Zoom address is.
So anybody here would like to say something or share? Are you all scared or excited or both?
Excited.
Yeah, that's what I'd like
Both,
to hear.
but I'm excited.
Yeah, healthy
Yeah.
mix of both for me.
Well, actually, I'm going to post. I'll go and make the meeting, and I'll post the link in Slack.
Yeah, and then we can post. Yeah, we'll pick it up from there.